career that has been marked by injury, Zion Williamson has recently found himself in one of the healthiest stretches of his career. The seventh-year player has played 35 straight games before missing the Pelicans' last game Sunday night against the Clippers with an ankle injury. Zion recently sat down with our Malika Andrews and shared what was the most difficult point for him in his career so far. Listen to this.
The most difficult point was when I missed my third year with a broken foot. And, you know, there was a lot of criticism on my weight, my care for the game, et cetera. But the whole time I'm looking at a doctor, and the doctor's telling me, yeah, we're going to perform this surgery, but if this surgery doesn't work, we really don't know the next step.
Yeah.
So while people are saying what they're saying, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion, it is what it is. I'm in Portland rehabbing, not knowing if my foot's gonna heal. I'm sorry, and it was frustrating.
Okay, so a vulnerable Zion Williamson there. Perk, what was your reaction to what he just said?
Well, I'm just happy that he's back in a safe place. I'm just happy that he cleaned up the things that he needed to clean up. And let me say this. I was one of the ones that was criticizing him, but it wasn't because I didn't have my facts together. The information that I was receiving was coming from the organization at the time. You know, the weight problems was coming from his habits. They was having team meetings about Zion and, you know, getting his stuff together and his work ethic. And listen, when you're the number one pick, a former number one pick, pressure comes with that. And I understand being injured, you can't control that with the broken foot. I'm glad he got past that. But the most important thing I want to applaud Zion on is him being able to bounce back the way that he did. The accountability part, cleaning up his house outside of the basketball court. His agent now, one of the guys that is leading the charge, one of the best agents to ever do it, and Bill Duffy is out here handling his business and making sure that he's holding Zion accountable and being able to be a grown man in between the lines and outside the lines. So, again, I'm not sitting up here trying to criticize what he's saying about his broken foot. I've been there as a player. I know what it feels like to be sidelined. I know what it feels like to wonder if you're ever going to play the game again at the level that you was playing it at, or even be able to play again, period. So I get what he's saying. I want to give him his flowers, but I want to say the criticism that he was receiving at the time and throughout the course of his stint being the New Orleans Pelicans was deserved, because we wasn't just making up stories. It was information that was given to us from inside of the organization.
I don't think that Zion, and that was an excellent interview by Malika Andrews. You should go check it out. 15, 16 minutes long.
It was.
She did a great job.
Yep.
Good on Zion for stepping in that and opening up after all this time, because we rarely hear him speak and advocate for himself. I look at Zion like not a bust, but a disappointment, who still has some runway left to change the narrative around his story. Like, we don't pay attention to the New Orleans Pelicans because of how bad they've been, but him playing 35 straight games, that's the longest mark of his career. And Stephen A., I'm curious what you think about this, because you've been around a lot of guys. I look at players who are late bloomers, who don't come up through the AAU system and know that they're pros at 13 years old, and they kind of come along a little bit later, and they don't know what it's like to be a star and to have those expectations on them and to be just great every day. Like, we knew about Zion from those little YouTube mixtapes in 2017 before he went to Duke, and I think he got so much in front of him so fast. It took him a long time to understand the expectations, to get his body in front of him. He's got such a unique body. Someone compared it to me earlier today to Bo Jackson, and how unique Bo Jackson's body was, and how, you know, how short Bo Jackson's career was, but he was a supernova. And I just think for guys like that, it takes a little bit longer for them to figure things out. The accountability, the weight, what's expected of him as a professional and as a superstar. And I think he's finally starting to get it. I'm just hopeful that we won't look at him and Ja Morant and be like, man, those guys came in with such hype. What happened to him? I think he's still got room to rewrite and change his own narrative.
let's get a little deep for a second here. First of all, we're incredibly proud of Zion Williamson because of the accountability that Perk just alluded to, being represented by one of the best agents this business has ever seen in Bill Duffy.
Yep.
You know what? We're unapologetic about the fact, listen, I'm going to speak up for brothers that's in the agency business every chance I get. In football, to Mulugeta, to NBA, to the Goodwin brothers and Rich Paul, and of course, but the greatness of Bill Duffy cannot be denied. He's been around for ages.
Godfather.
He is still one of the best in the business, one of the godfathers. You know how much I love him. Let me say this. Zion Williamson, having him is one of the best things he could have ever done, having somebody like that in your life when you're a young professional, because Bill Duffy is about accountability. And the reality of the situation is, I say this respectfully to Zion Williamson, we're very happy for you. But I want to piggyback off of what Perk added because it's incredibly important. Nothing was made up. The information that emanated about Zion Williamson, yeah, it came from inside the organization. It came from people even closer than that to Zion Williamson. I'm going to leave it at that. People that called up and encouraged us to get his ass because of some of the things that he was doing. You got people that are alcoholics. You got people that are drug addicts and stuff like that. What was Zion's problem? Food addict. The joke was everybody in New Orleans that cooked. It could be everybody from a restaurant, a chef, to your grandmama, all right? Anybody that cooked knew about Zion Williamson, and he knew them. They were on a first-name basis because that brother ate a lot, okay? You even had rumors, and literally, I'm here thinking it was a joke, and somebody told me to go on the air and point out how he got busted hiding food under his bed. This is the kind of stuff that was happening, okay? So why does that matter? His rookie year, he plays just 24 games. His second year, he missed 21 games. His third year, he was out the entire season. His fourth year, he played 29 games. Fifth year was good at 70 games. Last year, he played 30 games until this year. So really, this is only in the 7 years that he's been in the league, seventh year, he's only had three different, two and a half decent seasons of actually being available. Do y'all know that this brother has been put on the injured list 35 times in his career? 35. An average of 5 times a year per season. That's what we're talking about when we're talking about Zion Williamson here. And so he has to understand, as sensitive as it is, you've missed more games than you've played. He's played in 259 games in his career. He's missed 275. You're looking at him right now, and you're saying to yourself, of course, Vinny, you're right. He's not a bust because the brother can ball. He averaging 21 a game, which is down from last year, down from the year before. But we know he's a man-child. When he's healthy and on the basketball court, we know what he could do. It was just about his dedication to being available to do it. And even this year, while you are available, there are 15 teams in the Western Conference. Y'all are 13th. It's bad. Now, Joe Dumars is going to turn that around. I have no doubt. Make no mistake about it. But with you as the former #1 overall pick, when they were losing games because you wasn't on the court. Now they're losing games with you on the court. So it's about elevating your level of play, but prioritizing being available so we can appreciate you the way that we should. I will say this, and this is very, very important to say. We've had debates in the past as to Zion being that first overall pick and what a big mistake New Orleans may have made in picking him instead of Ja Morant. I hope Ja Morant is listening. The trajectory is changing. Zion is going this way. Morant is like this. It's like, wait a minute. Look at Ja Morant. He can play. He's not a scrub. But he had superstar written all over him. Now we look at Ja Morant. There's no development in this game. 23% shooting from three-point range. The electrifying skills that he had, whatever. There's been no